Okay, real talk. Have you guys ever felt like you're just drowning in all these AI subscriptions?
I think a lot of folks are starting to feel that way.
Yeah, like every time you turn around, there's another must-have AI tool, but it's another monthly fee.
For sure.
And then you're thinking, wait, which one do I need?
Right, yeah.
And you end up with like 10 different subscriptions.
Uh-huh.
So get this. I have found something called AI IntelliKit, and they're saying it's the solution.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you're not going to believe this. They say it's lifetime access to all the top AI models
Oh.
for a one-time payment
Okay, I'm listening.
of just $17.
Wait, $17? What?
$17. Did you hear me right?
That's a pretty bold claim.
I know, right?
The idea of having all the major AI platforms, like in one place, all in a single dashboard,
Yeah.
for a fraction of the cost of like all the individual subscriptions.
That's what I'm saying.
It's super appealing.
It really is.
And it can be huge for anyone who uses AI, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, think about people working on creative projects or, who rely on AI for their work.
Uh-huh.
Game changer.
Totally. And it almost sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
But they say they have everything. They have like ChatGPT, they've got Claude, they have DLE,
Oh, wow.
Midjourney, Stable Diffusion,
Okay.
all in one place.
Really?
So, no more jumping between platforms,
Yeah.
no more like trying to remember 20 different logins,
Uh-huh.
and definitely no more monthly bills that like just drain your bank account,
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And it sounds like it's not just about, convenience
Yeah.
or even just like saving money. They're saying they also have these features that address some of the biggest frustrations that people have with using AI.
Like what?
Like finding the right tool for the job,
Yeah.
Like you've got all these AI tools, but which one's the best one for what you need?
Yeah.
And getting consistent results. You don't want to be all over the place.
Oh, well.
So, like, they have this thing, I guess, called an AI model comparison feature, and it lets you actually test different models side by side
Well, that's cool.
to see which one is going to, like, perform the best for what you need to do.
Okay, but hold on a sec. This might sound like I'm like reading from a sci-fi novel here.
Sure. Yeah.
So back up for a second. What is this thing? Like, what does AI IntelliKit actually do?
Okay, so basically they're offering, it's like a software platform
Okay.
that acts as the central hub for accessing a whole bunch of different pre-existing AI models.
Gotcha.
So think of it kind of like a universal remote control for all your favorite AI tools.
Oh, okay.
So instead of you having to, subscribe to each platform individually, you just pay a one-time fee to this AI IntelliKit.
Okay.
And then you get access to their whole library of models through their dashboard.
Got it. So instead of paying like what, $20 a month for ChatGPT,
Yeah.
$15 a month for Midjourney.
Another $10 a month for like some other AI tool I saw an ad for.
Yeah.
I could just pay $17 once and have all of them.
That's what they're claiming. Yep.
Through AI IntelliKit.
Through AI IntelliKit. And to really sweeten the deal, I mean, they're really emphasizing, how much money you could potentially save.
Extend.
And they're not shy about it either. Like their website, it even has this whole breakdown
Really?
of how much you could be spending on all these individual subscriptions.
Oh, wow.
And get this, okay? Over $2,500 per year.
Whoa, that's a lot of money.
That's what they're saying.
Okay, but let's get into specifics here for a second.
Sure.
What are some of the AI models they say they have?
Okay, well, they name drop a bunch of big ones, the ones that everybody's talking about, like ChatGPT 4.0.
Yep.
They say they've got Gemini Pro,
Oh, wow.
Paul M, Kling AI,
Huh.
Cohere AI,
Okay,
Claude AI, Mistral AI, Leonardo AI.
gotcha.
So it's a pretty broad range of AI capabilities.
From, the text generation everyone's talking about, conversation to image creation to even things like writing code.
So theoretically, I could use this AI IntelliKit,
Yeah.
to like write a blog post using ChatGPT,
Yeah.
then like generate a custom image for it with DALL-E,
Uh-huh.
and then even create a short video using one of the other models,
Right.
like all without leaving the platform.
Right.
That's like pretty mind-blowing.
That's the idea. It's a pretty compelling proposition.
Yeah.
And they keep going. They don't stop there. They also claim they have AI-powered tools for image upscaling,
Okay.
noise reduction,
Oh, wow.
colorization, video editing. They even say they have task automation.
hold on, maybe catch my breath here. It's starting to sound like one of those, like those infomercials where they just like throw every possible feature at you just to make the product seem irresistible,
Yeah, I can understand why you'd be a little skeptical.
Yeah.
I mean, the claims are big. They're ambitious. But, even if we forget about like the sheer scope of what they're offering for a minute,
Okay.
the main problem they're trying to solve, it's a real problem.
It is.
Right. The AI world right now,
Yeah.
it's fragmented.
Right.
It's dozens of different platforms, so many different subscription models, and it can be overwhelming and expensive for users.
That's a good point. And I've felt that myself, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you need a spreadsheet just to like keep track of all your different AI subscriptions.
Exactly. And that's, I think, where this AI IntelliKit, that's where the appeal is.
Yeah.
It's the simple, centralized solution to a problem that's really complex and frustrating for a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
But there's one thing I still can't get over.
What's that?
How can they afford to offer all of this for $17?
Yeah, that's, that's a question a lot of people are asking.
Right.
It's remarkably low. Even if it's just for a limited time, it makes you wonder, is there something else going on here? Is there a catch somewhere?
Exactly. Okay, so we've established that this AI IntelliKit sounds, kind of amazing. On paper, at least, right?
Yeah.
But that $17 price tag, it's still bugging me.
Yeah, I get it. It does make you wonder.
Yeah, it's like, what's the catch?
Right.
Is there some kind of smoke and mirrors happening here?
Maybe.
Are they pulling off an AI magic show?
Could be. That's the $1 million question, isn't it?
It is.
I think whenever something seems too good to be true, it's usually smart to,
Be skeptical.
be skeptical. Yeah.
Okay, so let's put on our detective hats.
All right.
What are some things we should be looking out for?
Okay, well, first of all, I think we have to think about whether this is even technically possible.
Okay, yeah, right.
They're saying they can give you access to all these super powerful AI models for a one-time payment that's less than a dinner for two.
Yeah.
So that raises some questions,
Right.
about their infrastructure.
Okay.
And the computing resources that they would need to make this thing work.
I see what you mean, running all those, all those large language models at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
That must take a ton of processing power, right?
Of amount.
And server capacity.
Exactly.
It's not like they're, running a lemonade stand.
Right.
This is some serious tech. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. We're talking about some of the most computationally intensive technology in the world.
Exactly.
And that's where the $17 price tag starts to look,
Fishy.
a little fishy, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they're getting some, amazing bulk discount from the companies that actually make these AI models.
Right.
Just the cost of keeping the infrastructure up and running, it would be huge.
Massive. So are we thinking, are they cutting corners somewhere?
It's possible.
Maybe they're using limited versions of the AI models.
That's one possibility.
Okay.
Maybe they're using watered down versions to reduce the computational load.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Or maybe they're throttling usage somehow.
Okay.
Limiting how many requests you can make per day.
Oh, gotcha.
Or, how long you can use each model.
So we've got potential issues with, is it even possible to do this technically?
Yeah.
And then are there going to be limits on how much you can use it? What else should we be watching out for?
Well, I think another big one is data security.
Okay, yeah.
And privacy.
Right.
Because when you're using a platform like this, where everything's in one place, it's like you're putting all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
So you really have to trust that they're handling your data responsibly.
Yeah.
You're trusting them to protect your data from, breaches, misuse.
And we're not just talking about random, text prompts here.
No.
People might be using this thing to,
Yeah.
generate sensitive content.
Sure.
Maybe analyze confidential data. Or even create those AI chatbots,
Yeah.
to interact with their customers.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the potential for data leaks or breaches is...
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Right.
And we can't forget, these big language models, they're trained on enormous amounts of data.
Right.
Some of which could be personally identifiable, or sensitive.
Yeah.
So if they're not taking the right precautions
Yeah.
to safeguard all that data, it could have serious implications for user privacy.
So we've got technical feasibility.
Yeah.
We've got potential limits on how much we can use it.
Right.
We've got data privacy concerns. Anything else like screaming at us from the website?
One thing that kind of jumps out at me is like there aren't really any independent reviews.
Bro.
You know?
Yeah.
Or comparisons to other AI toolkits.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they have testimonials on their site.
Right.
Which you would expect.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But you got to take those with a grain of salt.
Of course. Yeah, yeah.
It's always best to see what, real users are saying on, like, unbiased platforms.
Exactly. Those glowing testimonials on a company's own website.
Yeah.
They don't really mean much these days.
Right.
It's like, of course, they're going to highlight the best feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but what we need is more of a balanced view,
Yeah.
Reviews from people who have actually used this thing.
Right.
Who can talk about the strengths, the weaknesses.
The good and the bad.
The good and the bad, exactly.
So it sounds like we've uncovered quite a few potential, downsides to this seemingly like magical AI solution. But before we, get too caught up in like
skepticism,
yeah, shouldn't we at least acknowledge that they're trying to, they're trying to fix some real problems that people are having with AI?
Yeah, I mean, the frustration is real.
It is.
It's like all these different platforms, high subscription costs.
Yeah.
And just the constant struggle to find the right tool for the job.
Right.
It's a lot.
And it's not like they're, making up a problem.
No.
No. It's a real thing.
It's a real need.
Yeah. In the market.
In the market, exactly. And, if they can actually do what they're saying, if they can deliver on these promises, if they can give you a way to access all these different AI models in a way that's seamless and affordable and secure,
right?
I mean, this could be a big deal.
It could revolutionize, the way we use AI.
Totally.
So it sounds like we're kind of in a tug of war here, right?
Yeah.
On the one hand, we've got this like amazing, incredible, all-in-one AI solution at a price that's almost impossible to believe.
Right.
But then on the other hand, we've got all these concerns, about whether they can actually do it, whether our data is going to be safe.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen anybody else like independently verify their claims.
Right. It's a classic dilemma, Her.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a classic tech dilemma.
Like huge potential rewards.
Yeah.
But also potentially huge risks.
Exactly.
So how do we figure out what to do?
Right.
How do we decide if it's,
worth the risk?
Worth the gamble, yeah.
Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in the last part of our deep dive.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll talk about, what are the things you should be thinking about? What questions should you be asking yourself?
Yeah.
And, what steps can you take to make a good decision?
All right.
One that, works for you.
Okay, cool.
So stay tuned. Okay. So we've gone over like the good and the bad with this AI IntelliKit thing.
We've explored the potential,
Dug into the, the potential downsides.
The possible pitfalls.
Yeah, exactly. So now, like the big question, is it worth it?
Is it worth your money? Yeah. That's the ultimate question, isn't it?
It is. Like, should I actually spend my hard-earned cash on this?
And it's tough because there's no like one-size-fits-all answer, you know?
Of course.
It really depends.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need it for? What's your budget?
Okay.
And how comfortable are you with, using AI tools?
Okay. So let's try to like break this down.
Right.
Who do you think, who would actually benefit from this thing?
Well, I think right off the bat, the obvious folks are content creators.
Okay. Yeah.
Like bloggers, YouTubers, social media managers, anyone who's like always making stuff,
Yeah, constantly creating.
Articles, videos, graphics.
All that stuff.
All of that. And AI IntelliKit is saying they have all the tools you need.
Okay.
Right there in one place. Writing, images, video editing. They even say they can do music.
Wow.
So think about that for a second. That's a huge time saver.
Yeah, it is.
And it could be, think about the inspiration too.
Oh, right. All the different possibilities.
Yeah. So like, imagine this. Okay. You could whip up a blog post. You use ChatGPT to help you out. And then boom, you go right into DALL-E and make an image. And then you could even make a little promo video.
Okay, yeah.
All without leaving the platform.
That's a smooth workflow.
It is. Super slick. And it's not even just about, how fast and easy it is.
Okay.
Think about the creative stuff. You could try things you never even, you wouldn't even think of them.
Right, the possibilities.
Yeah, the possibilities are just like, oh, who knows?
Okay, so content creators, they make sense. Who else?
Well, anyone who works with code.
Oh, okay.
Developers, programmers, heck, even students just learning to code.
Yeah.
I mean, having an AI model that can help you write code, debug it, make it better, that's a huge productivity boost.
Sure. And especially if you're like working on a bunch of different projects, right?
Right.
And they use different programming languages.
Exactly. And they say this AI IntelliKit supports a whole bunch of different languages.
So you don't need like, 10 different AI coding assistants.
Nope. One platform. That's it. And we can't forget about entrepreneurs,
Oh, yeah. Small business owners.
Business owners.
Yeah.
Because this whole automation thing.
Yeah.
That could be massive. Streamline all those, processes.
Like what kinds of things?
Oh, you name it. Customer service, social media.
Gotcha.
And they even talk about being able to, build those chatbots.
Okay.
Automate email replies. Even like analyze data so you can spot trends, figure out, new opportunities.
Interesting.
Like, so if that actually works,
yeah,
that frees up so much time and energy, and then you can really focus on the bigger picture.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, here's something I'm curious about. What about like people who are totally new to AI?
Oh, that's a great point. Because this AI IntelliKit, I think it could be a really good entry point,
Yeah.
If you're just getting started, it can be overwhelming.
There's a lot out there.
Right. So many options. You don't know where to begin, but having everything all together makes it way less intimidating.
It's like a one-stop shop.
Yeah, a one-stop shop for AI. Like you can test things out, play around with different models, figure out what works.
Exactly. And you're not like locked into a bunch of different subscriptions.
Right.
And that low price, that one-time payment,
makes it more affordable.
Way more accessible. Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about the good, like who might benefit from this. But what about the other side?
Yeah, the red flags, the watch out signs.
Yeah. So like red flag number 1, if you're already super into a specific AI, ecosystem.
Like if you're, a ChatGPT power user?
Yeah.
ChatGPT Plus. Or, you've built your whole workflow around certain tools.
You've got your system.
This might not, be worth it.
Yeah. You're already happy.
Right. You're in the groove. And think about it, like you have to learn a new platform. There's always a learning curve with new stuff. So if you're good with what you got.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Another red flag would be like, if you have really specific needs, you know, super technical stuff where you need like really specialized AI models.
Gotcha.
Or features that maybe AI IntelliKit just doesn't have.
Yeah.
Because remember, even though they say they have, every major AI model, there's always going to be those niche tools out there.
Right, the specialized stuff.
Yeah, that maybe this doesn't cover.
So if you're doing, cutting edge research.
Yep.
Or you need like really super high security data stuff.
Right, exactly. This might not be the best fit. And then, I think this is the most important thing. If you're just not sure about, that trusting one platform with all your AI needs, or if that $17 price tag, it still just feels wrong.
Too good to be true.
Yeah? Then trust your gut.
Go with your gut.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, bottom line, this AI IntelliKit, it could be like a real game changer.
For some people.
But it's not like a magic wand.
Right.
It's not going to solve every AI problem.
Exactly. You really got to weigh things out. Think about the pros and cons and make your decision based on, what do you need?
Yeah.
What are your priorities?
All right. Well said. I think this has been a really helpful deep dive into this whole this whole AI IntelliKit thing.
This new world of AI where everything's bundled together.
Yeah, and it's up to us,
Yes.
to figure out how to use these new tools wisely.
Wisely and ethically.
Ethically, yes.
Yeah.
And to make, cool stuff with them.
To create.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everybody. We'll catch you next time for another awesome exploration into the world of tech.